Oh, here's your Backstage pass.
Quiet on the set.
Action!
Welcome to Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by Chef Lisa Dahl. This is your inside look into culture, curators, and creative artists. And now, your host, Shondra.
Oh my gosh, welcome my VIPs. You've got your Backstage Pass, and you know when you've got that, you are in. Get ready for some wonderful behind-the-scenes stories. And you know, if you miss a show on Saturday, because we're on every Saturday at 10 a.m., on mellowmountainradio.com and also on KAZM 106.5 FM and 780 AM. If you miss a show, you can always go back to mellowmountainradio.com because they're archived there, and you can find them there, and you can find all of the shows on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify now, Pandora Radio, iHeartRadio, and more. So just look for Sedona's Backstage Pass and get your VIP pass, and you'll hear these wonderful stories. I'm telling you, I cannot get over some of these fantastic individuals that are in Sedona in the Verde Valley, and my sponsors are amazing too. So we're going to hear from one of those today. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about what's going on this week, and there's a lot to tell you about. Some really, really, really cool things. First of all, tonight at Mary D. Fisher Theater, if you are not doing anything and you really want to take in a wonderful concert, and if you've not seen this gentleman, you're going to want to go to it. Okay, tonight, Mary D. Fisher Theater, which is one of the theaters of the Sedona International Film Festival in West Sedona, you can purchase a ticket there to see this magnificent guitarist, Esteban. If you've not seen him, he is phenomenal. I've seen him a few times in concert. He's brilliant. He is a world-renowned artist, and he's here. He was a student of the legendary Andres Segovia, all right? If you don't know who that is, look him up. He's legendary. Well, Esteban is incredible, and tonight you have an opportunity to see him in concert at 7 p.m. at the Mary D. Fisher Theater. So get your tickets. You can just go to SedonaFilmFestival.com, get a ticket, or maybe you want to take your chances and just go to the box office. It's tonight at 7 p.m. Now, if you're looking for some outdoor fun, let's see, today at 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and tomorrow, the 21st, you can go check out the Oak Creek Arts and Crafts Show, which is going to be right outside of the Tres Amigos restaurant in West Sedona. And this is the Oak Creek Arts and Crafts Show. You're going to support local and regional artists. This is the time you want to go out and maybe do some early holiday shopping if you're one of those that does it. I do. It's always great to support our local artists. Now, also, I'm going to tell you about a concert that is coming up on next Friday, September 26th. I believe that's next Friday. I can't believe we're already there at the end of September. The City of Sedona Red Rock Concert Series. And it is called I believe it's called the Red Rock Dirt Concert Series. I think that's what it's called. I might have it wrong, but look it up. Go to the City of Sedona. Google them. You'll get right to their website. I have somebody that I know quite well who's going to be in concert that night. These are free concerts to you, okay? And this particular one on September 26th, there's 3 different groups. This is not normal, okay? This is like a special 3-band, 3.5-hour show. First of all, The Fae, which is like ethereal melodies, kind of driving rock, and it's very, very cool. It almost has like the 90s kind of feel to it, but think 90s Gone Sedona, okay, with The Fae. Then my friend Vusi Shebambo and Randy J, they're a great duo. They weave together rhythms of African drums and African songs, and it is so cool. And people just totally enjoy it. Sometimes they even hand out drums. So you're going to enjoy them. This is the same night, you guys. Then Sister and the Sun, which is a powerhouse 4-piece band. And they have a really unique fusion rock, blues, soul kind of thing going on. So this is fun. 3 bands in one night, September 26th. That's next Friday. Take that in. And then something really important. You know, I really love the organizations here in town, as I'm sure those of you who are listening who are residents do. Community Library Sedona, this group, they really need your help, okay? They're a 501c 501c3 nonprofit, and a lot of things have been cut, as you know, and their funding has been affected greatly. So this is a way that you can actually enjoy yourself for an evening's concert, and all of the proceeds go to them. All right, that was formerly known as the Sedona Public Library. Okay, it's the Community Library Sedona is what it's called now. So this is what it is. It is the Allison Brown Quintet, and it's their only Northern Arizona appearance. And you'd say, well, who is that? Well, Allison Brown is a Grammy Award winner, a banjo player. Okay, like seriously, this band is fantastic. They're renowned for taking banjo way far beyond the way that we think of banjo, blending bluegrass and jazz together, and also Celtic and Latin, and just really different. And they're also had a collaboration with Steve Martin. You all remember Steve Martin, the comedian who plays banjo like a banshee? He's awesome, absolutely awesome. Well, this special benefit concert supports the Community Library Sedona. So I'm going to just tell you, it's take part, make your mark. That's what they're calling it. It's a capital campaign. It's helping transform the library building from the 21st century to, really make it more modern. And they're very much into community and offer so many programs for everybody here. So please do that. Your ticket not only brings great entertainment, it also invests in the future of our community. So do it, guys. All right. And that special concert is coming up. So please, please, please visit communitylibrarysedona.org. I believe it is .org, and help them out. Get a ticket right away. All right. So now I get the opportunity to introduce my wonderful sponsor, but I'm going to take a little commercial break first. Stay with me, and we'll be right back.
You've explored the trails, stood in awe of the red rocks. Now, discover how Sedona became Sedona. The Sedona Heritage Museum tells the story of Red Rock country, from ancient cultures to today's vibrant community. It's interactive, family-friendly, and open year-round, indoors and out. Sedona Heritage Museum, preserving and sharing the soul of Red Rock country. Plan your visit at sedonamuseum.org or call 928-282-7038.
You can taste it in every bite. For over 30 years, Chef Lisa Dahl has redefined what it means to dine in Sedona, serving soulful, handcrafted cuisine inspired by love, artistry, and community. From the wood-fired kitchens of Mariposa to the couture flair of Butterfly Burger, every experience is elevated, every ingredient intentional. To learn more about Lisa Dahl and the Dahl restaurants, please visit cheflisadahl.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dahl Group.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. This is so much fun. Whatever time I have Debbie Johnson in the studio, she's the owner, by the way, of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. Fantastic place to get your car washed. They do all kinds of wonderful things for the community, too. I don't know, just love you, Debbie. Thank you for being here. Debbie Johnson.
Thank you, Shondra, for letting me come. I appreciate it. It's so good to see you again.
No, it's so much fun. I feel like a party when you're here. Because we talk about everything.
Well, next time we won't wear our pajamas, okay?
Okay. Gosh, you had to tell everybody. Jeez. And we were talking before, I'm going to divulge a little bit of information for you. We were talking about my producer, Ryan. You see, I'm delusional. That's what's happening right now. I'm delusional right on the air. Ryan Thompson, my producer, has the best hair ever. I mean, really. Incredible hair. You mentioned it.
Oh, yes. His hair is great. He's got these beautiful curls and about 5 million times too much hair because we need it. And we're really jealous, and he looks great.
I know. It's like, do you know what it takes me 3 minutes to dry my hair? Yeah. 3. It's it. It's done. I mean, that's a good thing, actually, for time-wise. But seriously, it has to take him 10 minutes.
Oh,
15
I
minutes.
bet it takes him longer. He's
longer?
He has a lot of hair.
Longer. Oh, gosh. Yeah, he's pointing, going, longer. Wow. Wow. A little envious starting the show in a jealous mode. It's okay. So let's get to you. You look beautiful. Every time you walk in, I see you coming out. You don't have one of these, but I'm surprised you don't. I envision you coming out of one of those little Corvettes with the window, the round window. You know, like a light pastel blue or pink or something. One of those. Those are Corvettes. Tell me, those are, right? Am I talking about the right car?
Well, you're actually talking about a T-Bird, I think.
That's it.
Yeah.
The T-Bird. So it's not a Corvette, it's a T-Bird.
Yeah, I think you're talking
there
about
you
a
go.
T-Bird.
Okay. I'm definitely delusional. I'm living in my own world.
I have a car wash.
Yes, you. And I must say, every time you come here, you look to me like you're coming out of a T-Bird. Adorable. If this was on, we could see you, people would just be smiling. You're like, she's so cute. Really? Okay. I want to talk to you about, I want to get to know you a little bit more. I know we're both Texas girls. And I can talk like this anytime I want because I'm from Texas. I'm from Amarillo. You were born in Houston, correct? Yep.
Born in Houston.
Yes. And to be a little bit more specific, Baytown, which is right in the, what is that, a suburb of Houston?
It's, it's not quite a suburb. It's on the other side of the river. But it's a small town with a lot of industry. Yeah, but I was actually born in Houston, but I lived in Baytown.
Oh, okay. So you were born in the big city of Houston.
Right.
Yes. So what was that like growing up? Now, I think if I remember right, you said that you were born there, but then you moved to New Orleans with your family, obviously. You weren't driving at that time. And so you're living in New Orleans from age 3 to 7. So let's pick up on that. What's it like growing up in New Orleans for you, your experience?
Well, I had a pretty good foundation growing up in Texas with, a big family. And then when we moved to New Orleans, it was great. We actually lived on the West Bank, so we weren't in New Orleans proper. We were in a town called West Wego, which is on the West Bank. And, it was just crazy. The kids, we were all wild, just like the kids in the Midwest, the kids everywhere back then were, Mom would kick you out of the house, lock the screen door, and come back for lunch.
Oh, my gosh. You were literally like, go outside.
Yeah, we were everywhere. We were just, there's a bunch of kids. We would do crazy things.
Like what?
Well, I was one of the only girls around.
Okay.
And I started school very young because I could read and write. And there, at that time, if you could read and write, didn't matter what age you were. So I started school young. And in our little neighborhood, I was one of the only girls. And so there was a whole bunch of boys doing crazy stuff. We used to climb on top of this apartment building that was a 2-story apartment building. And we would all go to the back of the roof, tie towels around our necks because we were Superman, No. And we would run. And I was very tiny for my age.
Oh, my gosh.
We would run as fast as we could and jump and see who could jump the furthest.
Well, what were you Wait a minute. You're on the top of a building?
Yeah.
And what are you jumping off of the building?
Yeah, we're jumping. Well, you run across the roof and then you jump because you have a cape. I mean, you're going to fly, right?
And did you tumble? And you must have good thing you didn't break your neck.
Well, all the parking lots and things were filled with shells back then. Like oyster shells.
Okay.
So,
but even so, that had to hurt.
You would land in the shells. Everybody had scrapes and bruises, and laughed. And you did not cry because the boys would really give you a hard time.
So you were the only girl
doing that one. Yeah.
Oh,
there
my
were
gosh.
a couple of other girls in the neighborhood, but they were real girly. And
okay, I have a new respect for you. I mean, this is like a whole different element. I'm like, what in the world? This is a very intense foundation for you. How old are you at that time?
Oh, probably 5.
5?
Yeah.
And your mother did not know this? Did she find out later? Did you tell her?
No, she knew what we were doing.
She knew? Okay, Mom, I'm going to go jump off a 2-story.
No, all the moms would do the same thing. They'd stick their heads out the windows because that's what moms did back then. Nobody has air. And they would they'd stick their heads out the window and say things like, Debbie Lee, you get off that roof right now.
Oh, my gosh.
And, of course, then we'd all look at each other and jump.
Oh, my gosh. What a thing.
But I almost always jumped farther than any of the boys.
Well, of course you did, because you're probably you were little.
I was little.
So you could...
And I had a really good cape.
That's it. Oh my gosh. Okay, for those of you who are listening, do not try this at home. Okay? Not that you're a child listening to this particular show, but your children, watch them. You don't want them running off of a 2-story building, unless, of course, there's a ton of shells.
Right.
That had to hurt. I'm sorry, but that does not sound nice.
I don't remember it hurting, but there was so much going on. I mean, we crawfished every day.
Crawfished?
Yeah, we brought home crawfish for dinner. The kids would all go out with a bucket.
With a bucket?
And catch crawfish and bring them back for dinner. And
how do you catch a crawfish? I don't even know.
With your fingers.
Oh, so you're picking these little guys up and throwing them in buckets.
Yeah, you got to pick them up behind their body shell.
Yeah, because they can hurt you, can't they?
Well, not really. Not crawfish. They're not like crabs. Of course, when we had some chicken necks, we'd go crabbing because we could do that. We did everything.
Okay, this is amazing. So now you're going crabbing. Now they could have hurt you.
Well, not really. I mean, if they pinched you, it was
an ouchie.
Yeah, but not a big deal.
Wow, you are a tough cookie. I knew this about you, but I didn't know this is where it started. It started with that. My goodness. Okay, so you were just involved. You were outside all the time then.
Oh, yeah. And then I had to go into school because we're coming from Texas. In Southeast Texas, most people are Baptist.
Okay.
Okay, so we were Baptist. So we moved to New Orleans. Everybody's Catholic, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So I'm in the first grade, and every morning, all the kids would get up and go to catechism, and I had to sit there by myself.
Oh.
So I go home one day, and I tell my mother, I want to be a Catholic. Now, you've got to understand, I didn't know anything about it. She says, Debbie Lee, why do you want to be a Catholic? I said, because I want to go catfishing with the rest of the kids.
Oh, this is why.
I thought catechism was a catfishing.
That is hysterical. I love this. So you're probably like 5 or 6 at this point.
About 5 at the time.
Oh, my gosh. Living it up. See, this is why you remember your childhood, because it was good.
Oh, it was hard. It was rough for the adults.
Of course it was.
But for the kids, it was glorious.
How wonderful. Did you, okay, I know that when I was younger, I pretended, we'd call it pretend.
Oh, sure.
You pretend that you're in the jungle. You pretend that you're, I don't know, my sister and I used to pretend we had a restaurant. Things like that. Did you do that? But you're outside doing it.
Oh, yeah, we were I was often Sheba.
Oh.
Queen of the Jungle.
Oh, yes, with all the slaves. Because the guys were your slaves.
No, they
didn't play this.
They were Tarzan and, whoever was the guy at the moment. And we would climb up trees and swing, because there were a lot of vines in the trees.
Wow.
And so you could swing.
Oh, my gosh.
And we just had a blast.
How fun
We just
is
had
that?
a blast.
We see you being in that area, like I never had that. In Texas, you don't have trees like that. You don't have vines hanging down.
Oh, you do down in the Gulf Coast.
Way down.
Where I'm from.
Yeah. Okay. But this is in New Orleans, though, right? That you're swinging on vines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, incredible. Love this.
I don't know that that's the way it is now, because we're talking, 70 years ago.
70 years. Now, is that possible?
When I was 5.
Okay,
yeah.
So now you're giving your age away. And let me just say, everybody, this woman is knockdown gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm like, all right, now I'm going to start bowing to you. Okay. All right. So before I get into the bowing part, I still have more questions for you.
Okay.
You said that when you're living in New Orleans, there were like a lot of chemicals. Was that New Orleans or was that Texas?
That was when we moved back to, I guess I was 8 or 9 when we moved back to Texas.
Was that difficult, by the way? Because you're home, getting used to New Orleans and all that fun that you were having outside, and now you're moving to Texas.
Well, no, not so. It wasn't so difficult. When we moved back, there were several of us kids, and we all got farmed out to a different aunt. We had the craziest aunts in the world. We had wonderful aunts.
Oh,
my mother had 4 sisters, and they were so wild. They would talk all the time.
And
they would have. And while they were talking, they would have several different conversations going. But they would in and out each other's conversations.
I know this.
And, you know
I know this, yes.
Yeah, so I would climb up in the tree and just listen to them. And now I realized it sounds like a bunch of geese.
Yes, that's what they used to call chickens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so we got moved back to Texas, and everybody went to a different aunt in a different place. And I went to my Aunt Evelyn, who was just, what a wonderful, crazy little lady. And they lived way out in the bayou. I mean, way out in the bayou.
Okay.
And they had a chicken.
And this is in Texas?
This is in Texas.
Okay.
This is
I'm
down
thinking
in
bayou,
Baytown.
I'm thinking of New Orleans. But
this part of Texas is bayou-y.
Okay, good. Bayou-y.
Yeah.
I love that.
So she had over 3,000 laying chickens.
Yes.
And her chickens were all in cages,
Oh.
And so...
Okay. How many chickens again?
Over 3,000.
3,000 chickens?
Yes.
Oh,
and my job, and I was still very small, but my job was to take these big baskets, first to feed the chickens, and they were all troughed and caged, so it was no big deal. Gather the eggs, and I really, for some reason, craved order.
Yes, you know what? I remember you telling me about this egg fetish ordering thing.
Yes.
Where you put them in order because they could tell that it was you that collected the eggs, right?
Yep.
And you're like young, but you got this thing about like the form of it all nice and in order.
It was great.
I love that.
And I had an affinity for chickens ever since. It was great. But
have you ever had your own chickens?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When I lived in Elizabeth, Colorado, before I came here.
Yes.
Before I met Bill and moved to Aspen.
Yes.
I had, it wasn't really a ranch. It was going to be a ranch someday, but it never quite got there.
Okay.
But I did have 12 chickens.
12? And
I had the best chicken coop ever.
I love that. I just think it's great.
And I had border collies.
Ooh,
and
I love that.
Backed up to a working ranch of Hollywood Longhorns.
What is a Hollywood Longhorn?
They are movie cows.
Oh.
And they particularly like these particular Longhorns because they had unusually beautiful or different or unique horns. So the big trucks would come out regularly. They'd load them all up on the trucks. They would disappear. They'd be gone for a couple of months. Then they'd all come back.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
How many did you have?
They weren't my cows.
Oh, they weren't?
No, they were the rancher's cows.
Oh, okay.
And his property and my property abutted each other.
Oh, I see.
And so he had like 3 pastures, and I had border collies. And my border collies never left my property. They never barked, but they would move those cows from pasture to pasture back and forth all day.
They were
long.
working the guy's ranch.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I just need to know, did the cows have attitude? I mean, on all the film work that they did it give them...
You would think that they would have had taken on some airs or something, but they were real down-home cows.
Down-home cows. I love it. Good. I'm glad to hear that. The cows were able to keep themselves in balance.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So this is hysterical to me. This is so funny. All right, so let's go back to your childhood.
Okay.
So now... Was it an easy life, though? I mean, were your parents working? What did they do?
Well, at the time, they weren't together.
Okay.
And so, and my mother was still having babies. And, of course, we had kind of a situation. My mother got married when she was 15.
Oh, my gosh.
And
young teenager.
Yes. And
Whoa.
my oldest sister got married and left home at 15.
Oh, my goodness.
And my next sister got married and left home at 15.
Whoa.
So we were different. Grew up in different families.
Yet, if you were living with your aunt, then you were not with your siblings.
That's right, because my mother was expecting my youngest brother at that time.
Wow!
So there was only 3 of us, not counting the new baby that would be coming. Because when the new baby came, then the other sister left. So there were only 3 of us, but we weren't living in the same place. But then I guess that lasted about a year, and then we all got together in another little town called Dayton in southeast Texas.
And then you all lived together there?
Well, my oldest sister at that point was in Alaska with her husband, who was in the Air Force.
Oh, okay. That's right. She married young.
Yep.
The other one married young.
Yep. And the other one lived there in Dayton with her husband, and she was 15 but didn't live with us.
Oh, my gosh.
So I was the oldest one at that time.
Yeah, so it's funny because you said to me that you had a sister who was 9 years older and then another sister that was 6 years older. And then when they left, you became the eldest because you had two brothers. And again, interestingly enough, you were 9 years older than them and 6 years older than one of the other brothers.
That's right.
This is amazing to me. I'm like, okay, we can't even make this stuff up. This is like a really awesome. So tell me, how did that shape you? So because you were the youngest and then you were the eldest and then you're taking care, I'm sure you're taking care of the kids.
Oh, yeah. Everybody had a job to take care of the younger kids.
Right.
I think that's why they all left at 15.
That's it. It's like, I don't want this. Yes, exactly. That's hysterical. But you didn't.
No.
You stayed.
Yeah, we moved to Baytown. That's when we moved to Baytown. It was,
Okay.
And, I was just in my space.
And incredible. I love it. Well, you loved it. I mean, it's really cool. Did you have a money influence at that time, or was it life hard? What was it like living out there?
Well, we didn't have money.
Yes, so that's what I was kind of gathering. Yeah, so that does something to a person, doesn't it? It really gives you it really gives you a respect for money, and also just you live knowing what life is more about without all the material things, correct?
Sure. It was different, I guess, than a lot of people.
Yeah.
But not so much. I mean, I knew a lot of people in the same shape we were in.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because it's a different lifestyle completely.
Right.
And this is where your imagination starts going into place. I mean, think about it for a moment. Kids today have a lot of different things. Even kids that don't have money might have a game on their phone, or they're on their phone all the time. You're outdoors all the time. I remember being outdoors as a kid. And you're using your imagination.
We didn't even have phones.
No, of course not.
Of course not.
No.
No, we had a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black and white?
Of course.
Yeah. Until color came in, and it was like a big deal.
Well, color was a little bit later.
Yes, it was.
And then it was green and purple.
Exactly.
Everybody looked like the Joker.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I grew up, and I remember color TV, obviously. But the thing is it was a little bit later. Yeah, it was in the 60s.
Right.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh, my gosh. That's great. I love this. Okay, I've got to ask you. Were you cooking? Did you learn how to cook?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. Your aunt must have been a good cook.
All the aunts and my mother were all good cooks.
Love that.
And my sisters were good cooks.
Okay, so they taught you? Were you in the kitchen with them?
Nobody ever taught anybody, but we were all expected to help. So therefore we learned.
Of course.
And nobody ever measured anything or used cookbooks. They just knew. I mean, there was a basic thing that everybody had to know. If you have onions, peppers, garlic, celery, you can make anything.
Right, exactly. What's your favorite Southern dish? What would you say? What's your favorite, like the one that stands out that you can make also because you just loved it? It was a staple. It was something to look forward to.
Boiled shrimp.
Okay. All right. Good.
It's so simple, so easy, and if you cook it properly, it's so delicious. But I always bring in my shrimp. I don't buy shrimp here very often.
No, there's not really. I mean, we are in the desert here. It has to be shipped in.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I should ask you, do you miss the water? Do you miss being by the coast?
I crave the beach all the time. Yeah, haven't been back in a long time.
The summers come and I'm like, I want to go. I want to go to the beach.
I want to go to the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I definitely want to go to the beach.
Yeah, because I grew up in San Diego, and we had beaches.
Yes.
Right?
Do you crave it?
I do.
Yeah.
Once June hits, I'm like, June gloom.
And the water, the sound of the water.
The water and the smell of the sand with the water and the seagulls going by. And I miss all that.
And you don't even care if sand gets in your shorts. It's okay.
I did when I was a kid. I was like, ew. This is, because we moved to San Diego. I was like 11 and a half. And I was like, this is not like a pool, Mom. This is weird. I got grit in my britches. But once you get beyond that, and then I was tossed around once in a wave, then you get your bearings. Because, it's kind of like being thrown in the deep end of a pool. Once you get your bearings, you figure it out.
Well, growing up in Louisiana, we would go to the beach all the time. We mostly went to Pontchartrain. It had all kinds of shows and craziness and wildness. And in the morning, we would camp out on the beach because you could back then.
Love that.
The whole family. That was vacation, going to the beach for the weekend.
Oh, I love that. I
Camping
want
out
to
on
do
the
that
beach.
right now.
I would get on an inner tube and float out. And I would float out so far I couldn't see land.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was just a little kid. I never learned how to swim.
What?
Well,
oh, no.
Yeah. So I'd never been in a swimming pool.
Oh.
So the waves would take you, down the shore, and eventually they'd bring you back in because the waves go out, they come in.
Oh,
so it was all okay. You were going to get back.
Oh, my gosh. All right. You know what? We have just run out of time.
Okay.
So next month, when you come back, we're going to pick up where we left off.
I hope we remember that.
Yeah, I'm going to remember it.
You better write it down.
I'm writing it down right now.
I won't remember.
This is called beach because we're talking about the beach. We're talking about food. We're talking about your upbringing and all of how it influenced you. Thank you for being here with me. I just adore you, Debbie.
Thank you for letting me come.
Debbie Johnson, owner of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. Oh, yeah. Go by and get your car washed there and detailed. We'll be right back. Need a clean car fast? Come to Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash. We'll have you sparkling and back on the road in minutes. Whether you're after a quick shine or a deep clean, you'll get top quality service, eco-friendly soaps, and smiles all around. Drive up, shine up, and feel good, all without slowing down your day, and look like a star in your car. Located in West Sedona on Highway 89A. For more information, visit cleanerquickercarwash.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Doll Group.
Okay, now I've got to tell you, I'm excited about my next guest because she is my sister from another mother. Although we look so much alike, we always talk about it all the time. Maybe you don't know her, but I'm going to tell you probably do because she's everywhere at every event and, of course, at the Jewish Community Center of the Verde Valley. I mean, it's incredible. Alicia, I'm going to introduce you as Rabbi Alicia Magal. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Shondra. Yeah, we talk at parties, we talk at events. They have to separate us, and no one can tell us apart. After all, she's blonde, I'm brunette. She has blue eyes, I have brown eyes. But there's something about us they can't tell us apart.
That's right, and they can't pull us apart.
We always have something to talk about.
No, always, and always a lot of mischief. You and I've gotten into a little bit of mischief.
I have to admit, yes.
Okay. All right. Just saying. It's so much fun to be with you here. And I couldn't even introduce you properly because, I just see you. I know you as Alicia. Everybody else is Rabbi Alicia, Rabbi Magal. I'm like, yes, Alicia, my sister.
We need backdoor friends, too, those of us in leadership positions. So when I have a flower in my hair, I'm Alicia. And when I have a kippah on my head, then I'm Rabbi. See?
Yes, and for those of you who don't know what a kippah is, it is?
It's like a yarmulke. It's a little beanie hat that shows that there's some power above us. It keeps us humble. And, I have a story about that.
Okay, good. I love that.
Before I became a rabbi, I always wore my hair up with a flower, a bow or a flower. And once I became a rabbi, I did put my hair down and put this hat on. It didn't work with my other hairdo. But I didn't want to get rid of the flower, and it really upset me. Oh. So one of my congregant friends at the time made me a kippah with a flower on it, and that made me happy. And from many of my kippot, and people don't know this, many of them have a flower on it. Ooh. As a kind of nod to that former way of that I had as a style.
I love that. It's kind of the Carol Burnett thing when she would pull her ear at the end of the show. Sort of. Kind of like, I'm thinking like that.
Well, right, because I was a program director in a large Reform congregation in Beverly Hills, and I was in charge of everything, the kids and the refreshments and the where the text was and what the rabbi had to do. I was in charge of everything, and so if there was a problem, they'd say, go talk to the lady with the flower.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Mm-hmm. I love it. So it pulled over.
Right. I didn't realize I was preparing to become a rabbi all those years ago when I had all these other jobs.
I know. It's amazing. How long did you do that job? And where was that?
Well, that was about 7 years in Beverly Hills. At a large, a wonderful big congregation. And I was being mentored by wonderful rabbis and cantors who said, can you sub for me this week? This week you're cantor. This week you'll do the rabbi part. This week you do the educator. This week. So I got all of this very practical training even before I was actually studying to be a rabbi.
Don't you just love that? And that is the way life can be.
Absolutely.
I know. I love that.
Because Shondra, when I was growing up, there was not yet one woman rabbi.
I would imagine that's true. So what year was this when you were like when it really became the aha moment, like I'm going to go study to be a rabbi? What year was that?
1993.
93. You remember it like it was yesterday. I can tell.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I had a vision of, actually, I've never told anyone this, but I had this vision that I was on a side of a mountain. Ooh. And I was leading a Havdalah service, which is like a very lovely mystical service to say goodbye to Shabbat. So Saturday night with spices and wine and twisted candle, you say a couple of prayers and then you say, have a good week, and you chant. And then there was a zoom out. I'm very graphic in my visions. So zoom out, and all of a sudden, in that vision, I realized I was the rabbi.
Oh, my
And I went,
gosh.
oh, that's what I said. And I called my best friend, who was in the East Coast at the time, and I said, Eve, she was Reb Zalman Schechter Shalomi's wife, and he was a great, great man, a great leader and interfaith rabbi. I would say he was a visionary. And I said, Eve, I had a vision, and in this, I'm the rabbi. And she said, Zalman and I have been telling you that for years.
Oh, my gosh. Did you not hear them, or did you?
Oh, I said, I'm happy with what I'm doing. Oh, no.
Oh, yes, of course. So when you say vision, you are wide awake, and what was going on? Like
I can't tell. It was around 4 a.m.
So,
so I don't know if I was awake or asleep, but it was very vibrant. I can see the scene in my mind even today. I don't think I've ever told anybody this.
Wow.
You always get these things out of me, Shondra.
I do. And on the radio yet. And I have to say, on this show, it's perfect. Sedona's Backstage Pass, we're really getting the inside scoop. Uh-huh. This is good. I like it. So you're like one of the very first rabbis who's a woman.
No. In the mid-'70s, the Reform movement started giving smicha, that's ordination, to women, and the conservative movement in the mid-'80s. I didn't become a rabbi actually till 2003, and it was no longer an issue. I never had any issues at all. I have to say, I feel like I was not a pioneer, and I benefited from those first years of the women like Rabbi Laura Geller, who was one of my mentors. She was the third rabbi ordained. I benefited from them being the only woman in their rabbinic class. In my class, I have to tell you, they were all women.
Okay. Well, there we go. We love that. Okay. So this is a movement that started, like you said, in the 80s or the 90s. What was it?
Mid-'70s, then 80s, and on. So it was more of the liberal movements, like Reform, Reconstructionist, Renewal, and then the others caught on.
Right. Okay. So here you are. Now, I met you. Tom and I met you. We had been here, we moved here in July of 2002. And then it was soon after that you came in.
I moved
with your husband, Ike.
July 2006.
2006, see?
And
not that far.
Yitzhak, who's in the industry, was known as Ike with the mic. He was a sound mixer in Hollywood for almost 30 years. And I was the wife of the sound man, and now he's the husband of the rabbi.
That's right. Sometimes he goes by Mr. Rabbi. Yes. And he's a wonderful, wonderful person and a professional. When you say in the business, we're talking about movies.
Right.
That's what he did. And really great sound engineer, audio guy.
He did a lot of the sound at the synagogue, too, for many years. And he always checks my mic. He always checks the headphones. He always has some advice to give whoever's on tech how it could be better.
There you go. You're in good hands. That's right. I know you have a wonderful staff. You really do.
We do.
These individuals absolutely adore you. You've got the best office, too, I must say.
I love my office because I have room for my tchotchkes. Now, do you all know what tchotchkes are?
I do. I have a lot of them.
And I even have, here we are in the Southwest, storyteller dolls. And local artists made me rabbi storyteller dolls.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. You can tell it's a rabbi with a talit, with the prayer shawl, but her mouth is open like a storyteller.
Oh, my gosh. I love that.
I don't think anyone else has that.
Probably not. And you have other things, too. Like I walk in and I'm in awe. I look, I'm going to say this as a shout out to Steve King, who happens to be the superintendent, the Yavapai school superintendent. I walked into his office and my mouth dropped open because it was eclectic. All kinds of interesting things. It's the same with yours.
Well, I have
very
prayers.
well put together, I must say.
I have books and I have prayers and blessings and calligraphy.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And things that remind me of special events.
I love that.
So I like arts and crafts. I was going to be a graphic designer, one of my many jobs. I mean, I was a French teacher and I was a museum educator, but one thing I wanted to do was graphic design.
See, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
I've known you all these years and I did not know that.
Yeah, I was in charge of the Craft and Folk Art Museum in L.A., and I was
I didn't know that either.
Museum educator at the Skirball Museum, and I was in charge of making the kind of docent training walkthroughs for the different exhibits.
Oh, my gosh.
And I would train people all over town, all the schools, to come and have their visit. I loved it.
Oh, I bet you did.
And my kids, who were little at the time, thought it was Mommy's museum. It was so cute. They'd go up and down the elevator, and they'd roam around the museum. It was just
my
great.
gosh. Do you see the influence of that now with your kids?
Yes. My son's an artist. My daughter is a producer of fine photography shoots for Four Seasons hotels and other hospitality and fashion companies.
Wonderful. Doesn't that make you feel good?
Very good.
I mean, it just really rubbed off on them.
Absolutely.
I love it. So good. And you worked for a TV station. I had no idea about that either.
In Israel, I was a tour guide and I worked at the TV station. There was one station at the time, this was in the 70s, black and white. It was on from 5 in the afternoon till, I think, around 11, maybe. And then there was the national anthem, and then it went off.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah.
Like being a kid and watching like the national anthem comes on, you're like, oh, man.
But this was the Israeli national anthem.
Yes,
and
of
then
course.
When the Yom Kippur War came in 1973, in October, the men vanished. They were all called to duty, including Yitzhak, who was my boyfriend at the time. And I took over 4 jobs, and I would go to the studio and listen to the news as it was happening. And local news was international news, and I was at the hub. It was fascinating.
Wow. But was it frightening? It had been frightening.
Well, I'm the daughter of Holocaust survivors. Mm-hmm. And in a way, I felt like I was being tested to be brave and to help and to do things for others because I was not in as much of danger as they had been. But it was sort of my war. My mother always said, everyone has their war, and it doesn't have to be a military action. It can be just a huge challenge. Mm-hmm. So that was mine.
Wow.
And then I didn't realize I had been kind of shadowing my mother's life unconsciously. So from my age 18 to 25, I had been in college, I had gotten a graduate degree, I was teaching French, and I thought when I was 25, I said, what have I done for my people? And I went to Israel. And then the war broke out.
Wow.
And I thought, in a crazy way, I was relieved. I said, now it's my time. My mother had her war. She survived. She got married. I had that war experience. I survived, and I got married.
I know. I was going to say, that's the pattern. There it is, right there. Well, good for you, and thank you for your service, because that was a service.
Well,
and
much less than others did, but it meant something to me, and it settled something in me that I was not just like a pampered White Plains, New York, suburban girl given many advantages. I had to face real life
and danger
in a way. Yeah, I was not in a war zone. I mean, I was in Jerusalem, but at that point, it was not. I never could compare what I went through to what my mother went through.
Right.
And I wrote a book about it.
Yes, and the book is called From Miracle to Miracle.
A Story of Survival.
Right. You can find that on Amazon.com. I know it's riveting. And I knew your mother, Nika. What a wild and crazy woman she was. I mean, really. And to grow up with her had to be something.
Right.
You once told me that nothing would ever compare to what she went through. So you weren't really kind of allowed to kind of cry or be depressed or, right?
Right. What is it? What is a B plus or a pimple next to having your whole family killed and living under a false name with every day the danger of possibly being found out and killed? So nothing could compare. So it took me a while till I was really an adult to figure I had a right to be sad or angry in my own horizon. And
yes.
I try to really have compassion for people, because many times a child of a very dramatic parent or a very troubled parent or something that made them come to a sort of rule for themselves in their childhood, they had to overcome that later and say, you know what? I have every right to live my life a certain way.
That's right.
And this was never something my mother put on me. I put it on myself.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yes, a little bit of that, looking up to your mom. And you were close to your dad, too.
Very.
Yes.
Very. He was a very kind man. He had lost his first family, so we were his second family.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
in the Holocaust.
Yeah, so we have a very nuclear family. The mother, the father, the sister, the brother. That was it. So we had no aunts or uncles or grandparents.
Wow.
So I always adopted other people's older family members.
Yes, I'm like your adopted sister.
Absolutely.
So
Come
it
on
works
board.
out perfect.
I choose my sisters.
Right? Exactly. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So among the other things that I know that you have done, I have witnessed many of them, by the way. I saw you doing a whole ballet routine. It was a choreographed, and it was solo, and I'm going to tell you, it was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
And I was so touched by this. Alicia is the kind of individual. May I speak about you while you're sitting here in front
Absolutely.
of me? Absolutely. Okay. Like you're not here, but you are very here.
Should I not listen?
Yeah, no, you can listen. You just have to listen like, you're a fly on the wall, kind of. Okay, or a butterfly on the wall. So here's the thing. I saw you doing that. You were in a show with Tom and I, and Dev, and Steve Sander. It was a show called, what was it, Purim Nuts or something
Mixed
like
Nuts.
that. Mixed Nuts. That's what it was. It was a Purim show. We did that at the
Purim
synagogue.
is the carnival kind of Jewish holiday in the spring. Yeah.
It was so much fun. And we did sisters.
There were never such devoted sisters. And Tom was the fourth sister.
He was the fourth sister who came out in the dress and the wig and the heels. It was hysterical. And but you did a hula and that. You yodeled.
I did.
And when I say yodeling, I'm not just talking about pretending. This is not pretend yodeling. This was the real yodeling. I was like, what? We realized that you yodeled, that you actually knew how to do a hula. I mean, this was perfect. And you're a really good singer.
Well, thank you. Part of why I am an improving singer is because I study with you. You're a wonderful coach.
Thank you for that plug. Thank you so much. I did not plan that, and thank you for that. And so, well, I have to tell you, you're terrific, absolutely terrific. And one of the things that I love about watching you is, we've worked a lot of events together.
Yes.
Some of them have been a lot of memorial services.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes. As a matter of fact, the first time I met you was at a memorial service for a dear friend of ours, Al
Jacobs.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Tom was singing, I was singing, and there you were. And then we met at the reception. And I've watched you through the years, and you're so open and available, ready to go. I always feel from you that you figure out an outline of what you're going to say, and then you're present, and it just comes out of you. And it's so clear and so wonderful.
Thank you. I try to tell the truth. And I notice that at weddings there are often tears, and at funerals there often is laughter. And that's what life is about. So if you tell the truth about a couple or about a person or about a situation, it will touch from the heart to the heart. And I try not to just give clever quotes.
No, that's not you.
I try not to be pompous. I
Nope.
try to just be there as a witness of love or of loss or of joy. Whatever is happening, I reflect it back to the people. That's why I like to give blessings. It's one of my favorite things to do in a service, and I never prepare them. So if I'm reading from the Torah, which is one of the 5 books of the Bible, in the scroll form, and I'm up there at the bima, at the reading table, and I have prepared the verses, and then I look at the person who had the honor of coming up and saying a blessing before I did the reading and after, then I look at them, and I don't know how it happens, but every single time I'm able to make a connection between the verses that were just chanted and the person standing in front of me. And sometimes afterwards, we're both so moved that we both kind of have a moment of tears, and I have to take a moment before I go back to the actual outline of the service.
That's wonderful. That's why people love you, is they pick up the sincerity, the authenticity, your being in the moment, your clarity.
Would you like a blessing?
I would love a blessing.
What would you like to be blessed with? What is it that your heart needs right now, your soul is yearning for?
Oh, my goodness. Let's say relaxation. Okay, so here we go. We're going to have a blessing.
Holy One of Blessing, your presence fills creation. May this wonderful Shondra soul sitting here in front of me be blessed with a sense of deep calm in her heart and joy surrounding her like a caress. May you, Shondra, feel that your name is a blessing, that your energy and speech and smile and eyes offer blessings to others, and may that be reflected right back to you so that you feel nourished in body and soul for all the tasks you do and all the challenges you face. And together we say, Amen.
Amen.
You should see her eyes. Oh, sweet.
You're so beautiful. I have to just say, can you believe it? We've run out of time already. So just to finish up, thank you very much for that beautiful blessing.
You're welcome. Well, this is the day, these are coming up the days of awe, the high holy days.
Yes.
October 1st is Erev Yom Kippur, the eve, and the 2nd of October is the day, the full day of fasting, praying, being self-reflective, and offering forgiveness to others and to ourselves.
It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. If you want more information about what Rabbi Alicia is up to and all that they're offering, please visit jcsvv.org. Okay? And Rabbi Alicia, my dear sister, thank you for being on with me. Sedona's Backstage Pass. I'm so thrilled to be here. Oh, there it is. I love it. We'll be right back. I'm going to hug you right now.
When your project demands precision, experience, and trust, turn to Sept Engineering Consultants. From expert civil engineering to construction management, we deliver real-world solutions that stand the test of time. With over 30 years in the business, Luke Septon's team is committed to getting your project done right, on time, and on budget. Sept Engineering Consultants. Reliable, experienced, personal. Learn more at septonengineeringconsultants.com.
Take a deep breath, then let it go. At Sedona's New Day Spa, your escape begins the moment you arrive. Enjoy luxurious massages, rejuvenating facials, and native-inspired body treatments. Every moment is designed to restore balance and renew your spirit. Voted Sedona's Best Day Spa, this is more than self-care. It's your sanctuary. Book your experience today at SedonaNewDaySpa.com or call 928-282-7502.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dahl Group.
Oh, my gosh. My guests are the best. I mean, Debbie Johnson of Cleaner, Quicker Car Wash and Rabbi Alicia. You hear that? You know what this is. If you listen to the show, you know it's time for my shameless Shondra spot. Now, some of you might not know this, so I'm going to mention it. One of the things that I do is I am a voice, acting, and stage performance coach. Yes, I have a private practice. I do work for groups sometimes. Like I've coached for the Mingus Union High School students when they've done big musicals. I've done 8 of those as a private coach for those principal leads. But I also coach privately, okay? And not only just in my studio here in Sedona, but also online. I coach people with a desire to maybe be a voiceover artist or a singer or an actor, authors wanting to record their own audiobooks, and public speakers. I do all of that. Oh, I also teach guitar. It's one of my favorite things to teach. I love it. Rhythm guitar, not electric, but rhythm. But that goes with a lot, including some theory. So it's a lot of fun. I've been doing this for about 28 years, and it is part of what I do. And what makes me different from other teachers, other coaches, is that, and you're probably going to know how old I am when I mention this, or you'll at least get an idea. I have been in this business for 49 years, working for a living consistently in the music and acting business, and just in every combination of band you could think of, including as a single. And that's what I do. I bring my experience to my students. So it's not only teaching them the tech stuff and working with their voice, working with their talents to enhance what they do, but also to give them the real world look and being able to work in the industry. If you want more information, please visit my website, shondramusic.com. You can find my resume there. You'll see a bunch of performance videos and even a dedicated page that will talk about what I do with my coaching practice. And by the way, it doesn't matter how old you are. I've taught kids as young as 8, actually as young as 4, if you can imagine that, and as old as 78, and I love it. So maybe you just want to find your voice. Maybe you're interested in being better at karaoke, or maybe you just want your confidence built so that you're not, in trouble when you're getting ready to go on stage for one reason or another. Or maybe you've got a kiddo that's a theater kid and wants and is ready for some professional training. So whatever the case may be, if you want to get some coaching, again, you can always find me at shondramusic.com. What a wonderful time it's been today. I love doing this show, and I want to give some big shout outs to people that are enabling me to do this show, including, and most importantly, my producer and the engineer here at KAZM, Mellow Mountain Radio, and that is Ryan Thompson. Thank you, Ryan. You always make my shows sound so fabulous. And by the way, they've got other shows here, too, that are just terrific. Make sure you visit mellowmountainradio.com, and you can see all of those and plan to listen to those, too. I want to thank my sponsors, the Sedona Heritage Museum, Sept Engineering, Cleaner Quicker Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, and my presenting sponsor, I want to say the Doll Group, but it's Chef Lisa Doll of the Doll Group, and also Sedona Ballet. They are the ones that are the sponsors for my event calendars now. I'm very excited about that. And I also want to give a big shout out to the owner of KAZM, and that's Chuck Helstein. Thank you, Chuck, for all that you do. And I'm going to just let you know, you got to get your VIP pass out every Saturday at 10 a.m. We're right here on Mellow Mountain Radio, 106.5 FM and 780 AM. And, of course, you can always listen to it streaming live on Saturdays at 10 a.m. on mellowmountainradio.com and later for archiving. And, of course, you can catch our shows, my show and other shows, on Spotify and everywhere. iHeart, Pandora Radio, Apple Podcasts, everywhere, including mellowmountainradio.com. So come on back, and I will see you next time. Get your VIP pass ready. And here we go. Take care. Have a great weekend and a great week. See you next Saturday.